The European Court of Human Rights issued 1,680 decisions in cases against Ukraine, a third of which have not been yet enforced. Among them, the decision of the European Court of Human Rights in the case of the Ukrainian journalist Georgy Gongadze. His body was found in Kiev region in November 2000. After 5 years, the European Court of Human Rights ruled that Ukraine could protect Gongadze's life. Failure to comply with the decision of the European Court in this case is an example of the fact that the problem of threats to the life of media representatives is still acute in the country, experts say.
The question is about individual measures. This is the restoration of rights of the people who defend human rights. This is not only the payment of compensation. There are also general measures to prevent the state from repeating similar violations of human rights that were in this case.
113 of the leading judgments of the European Court of Human Rights that have not been implemented by Ukraine are similar of their complaints. It is about torture in prison, bias of judges, obstruction of the work of journalists.
I think it's important also to say that almost every country in Europe has an implementation problem. Russia, of course, has the highest number of pending leaving cases out of any Council of Europe state. But I hope that gives a little bit of context as well. These are the figures for the percentage of leading judgments from the last 10 years, which are pending implementations. So for Moldova, I think it's in English, but I hope you can see it. Moldova, it's 41%. Poland, 46% of leading judgments from the last 10 years are pending implementation. Ukraine, 2/3, 68%, and Russia.
Most often, the long-term failure to comply with the decisions of the European Court of Human Rights is due to the fact that the state cannot simultaneously pay large amounts of compensation. In addition, the norms of Ukrainian legislation often do not meet European standards.
In this regard, in 2020, a commission on the implementation of the decisions of the European Court of Human Rights was created, and this commission included state bodies, all branches of government, both legislative and executive and judicial, together with bodies with a special status.
According to lawyers, Ukraine is the leader in the number of complaints against the state sent to the European Court of Human Rights. However, only 10% of them were accepted for consideration and 90% as a rule were rejected. Reported by Nick Starkov and Yulia Hranovska for UATV News.